You wake up with a scratchy throat. You feel a slight ache in your head. You reach for your phone. You book a virtual doctor's appointment. You drive to a brightly lit pharmacy. You buy a plastic bottle filled with perfectly identical white pills. You swallow one with a glass of filtered water. It is a minor inconvenience, a blip in your day. But have you ever stopped to think about how bizarre this is? For 99.9% of human history, none of this existed. There were no pharmacies, there were no doctors in white coats, there were no antibiotics, there were no sterile scalpels or heart monitors. The world was wild, unpredictable, and entirely indifferent to human suffering. If you got a deep cut, it could easily mean death. If you caught a fever, you were entirely on your own. A broken leg was a death sentence. A toothache could be fatal. So, how did your ancestors survive? How did the human race make it this far? How are you even sitting here, watching this, alive today? The answer is far stranger than you might think, and it will completely change the way you look at your own body. We tend to look back at ancient humans and picture them as brutish and helpless. We imagine them dying young and miserable, constantly at the mercy of nature. But this is a modern myth. The truth is, ancient humans were not helpless. They were the ultimate survivors, and they possessed a medical knowledge so profound that modern science is only just beginning to catch up. Let's go back 50,000 years. You are a Neanderthal, living in what is now modern-day Iraq. You have a terrible toothache, an abscess that throbs with every heartbeat. What do? You don't just suffer. You walk into the forest. You strip the bark from a specific poplar tree. You chew on it. Why? Because poplar bark contains salicylic acid. It is the exact same active ingredient found in modern aspirin. This isn't science fiction. In 2017, a team of researchers led by Dr. Karen Hardy analyzed the dental plaque of a Neanderthal specimen found in El Cedrón Cave in Spain. They found evidence that this ancient human, who was suffering from a dental abscess, had been consuming poplar bark. But that wasn't all. They also found genetic traces of penicillium mold in his teeth. Yes, penicillin, the world's first antibiotic. This Neanderthal, tens of thousands of years before the invention of modern medicine, was self-medicating with natural painkillers and natural antibiotics. They knew exactly what they were doing. They observed animals, they experimented, they passed down their knowledge through generations. Their environment wasn't just a place to live. It was a massive, complex pharmacy, and they knew every aisle. Consider the discovery made by archaeologist Ralph Selecki in the 1960s at Shanidar Cave. He found a Neanderthal burial site sprinkled with massive amounts of flower pollen. But these weren't just any flowers. They were yarrow, chamomile, and marshmallow, plants that are still used today by herbalists for their anti-inflammatory and healing properties. Even in death, they surrounded themselves with medicine. But it wasn't just about the plants they ate. It was about the bodies they built. Your ancient ancestors had immune systems that were battle-hardened. From the moment they were born, they were exposed to a massive variety of microbes, dirt, and pathogens. Their bodies learned to fight. Their immune systems were like elite military units, constantly drilling, constantly adapting. Today, we live in sterile boxes. We scrub our hands with antibacterial soap. We bleach our countertops. We pasteurize our food. We have eradicated many of the acute infections that once killed us. But we have paid a hidden price. Have you noticed how common allergies are today? How autoimmune diseases are skyrocketing? This is the hygiene hypothesis in action. Because your immune system has nothing to fight, it gets bored. It gets confused. It starts attacking pollen. It starts attacking peanuts. It starts attacking your own body. Your ancestors didn't have peanut allergies. They were too busy fighting off real parasites. In a fascinating study, anthropologist Dr. Michael Gervin spent years observing the Tsimon people, an indigenous tribe in the Bolivian Amazon who live a lifestyle very similar to our ancient ancestors. They have almost no access to modern medicine. Yet Dr. Gervin found something incredible. The Tsimon have the healthiest hearts ever recorded in any human population. They have virtually zero cardiovascular disease. Their arteries are clear, their immune systems are robust. How is this possible without modern medicine? Because their lifestyle is the medicine. They walk miles every day. They eat a diverse array of wild plants and lean meats. They are deeply connected to their community. They don't sit in ergonomic chairs for 8 hours a day staring at glowing rectangles. We view medicine as something you take when you are sick. Ancient humans viewed medicine as the way you live. They also had a secret weapon, a medical tool so powerful we have almost entirely forgotten it today. Community. If an ancient human broke their femur, they couldn't hunt. They couldn't forage. In the wild, a broken femur should be an automatic death sentence. Yet, archaeologists have found ancient skeletons with healed femurs, bones that had been broken, set, and given months to fuse back together. Do you know what that means? It means someone stayed with them. It means someone fed them, protected them, and cared for them while they were completely defenseless. The first true sign of human civilization wasn't a clay pot or a sharpened spear. It was a healed femur. Their medicine was each other. But then, everything changed. We invented agriculture. We built cities. We packed thousands of people together in tight spaces, alongside livestock. We created the perfect breeding ground for disease. Smallpox, cholera, the bubonic plague. For the first time in human history, our environment became our enemy. Our ancient immune systems, designed for the open plains and small nomadic tribes, were completely overwhelmed. We desperately needed modern medicine to save us from the modern world we had created. And modern medicine delivered. Antibiotics, vaccines, and surgery have doubled our life expectancy. We no longer fear dying from a simple scratch. We have conquered the acute killers. But look closely at what has happened. We traded acute danger for chronic suffering. We don't die from infections at age 30 anymore. Instead, we slowly deteriorate for decades. We suffer from heart disease, diabetes, depression, and chronic anxiety. Diseases of civilization. Diseases that our ancient ancestors rarely experienced. We outsourced our survival to pills. We outsourced our movement to cars. We outsourced our community to screens. When you get a fever today, what do? You take a pill to lower it. You panic. You suppress the symptom. But your fever is not the disease. Your fever is the cure. It is your body raising its internal temperature to boil the virus alive. It is an ancient, perfectly tuned defense mechanism. And we turn it off so we can get back to work. We have become terrified of our own biology. We treat our bodies like broken machines that constantly need chemical tweaking. We have forgotten that we are the descendants of apex survivors. You carry the DNA of humans who survived ice ages, predators, and plagues with nothing but their bare hands and the knowledge of the earth. Your body knows how to heal. It knows how to fight. It knows how to survive. Modern medicine is a miracle. It is a safety net that we are incredibly lucky to have. But it is not a replacement for how you were designed to live. You were designed to move. You were designed to eat real food. You were designed to be part of a tribe. The next time you open that plastic bottle of white pills, pause for a moment. Ask yourself what you were really trying to cure. Are you treating a disease? Or are you just trying to silence the last ancient voice your body has left? You are not broken. You are just living in a world you were never built for.